25-year-old Shanquella Robinson went for what she thought was going to be a fun Halloween weekend with her friends to Cabo, Mexico. But only 24 hours into the trip, she ended up dead. Welcome back to Damien After Dark. If you're new here or you haven't subscribed yet, hit the subscribe button below this video. Also, make sure you hit the like button because that helps my video get shared out throughout the YouTube community to where more people can find us. And last but not least, join the conversation by commenting below because I definitely want to hear what you guys have to say about this story. Now, normally I cover pop culture, those types of topics here, celebrity news, lighthearted drama, fun, stuff like that. But this story, I felt compelled to come and speak out about because I feel like there definitely needs to be justice and nobody wants to go through what this family is now going through. It's a nightmare for anyone to get this phone call about their child, about their sister, about whomever this young lady was, to whomever. She was someone's daughter. Now, if you haven't heard about this story yet, this is about 25-year-old I hope I don't mispronounce her name, and I'm sorry if I do, Shanquella Robinson. Now, she is from North Carolina. Does hair. She's really well known for her braiding technique, okay? Her and her friends decided that on Halloween weekend, they were going to go to Cabo, Mexico, right? Sounds fun. Sounds innocent. We all like to travel with our friends. She's young. Why not? Cabo's fun. Now, she gets there, and within the first 24 hours, her family finds out that she's dead. Or I won't say that her family finds out within those 24 hours, but Shanquella died within those 24 hours of being there. And what's so crazy about this story is that at first, let me just read this. Let me just read a little excerpt from, I have two sources here. One is Love B. Scott. Y'all know we love to quote B. Scott here. And is also My Fox 8 out of Charlotte, North Carolina, where the young lady was from. So 25-year-old Shanquella Robinson's family is mourning a great loss after the Charlotte, North Carolina entrepreneur died on a trip to Cabo, Mexico with a group of friends over Halloween weekend. Her parents, Bernard and Salamandra Robinson, are seeking answers to what happened to their daughter. Now, her parents say this: "I spoke with her Friday evening. She was having dinner and I never spoke to her again." Salamandra, her mother, said. On Saturday evening, they called and said she wasn't feeling well. Her friends called her parents and said she wasn't feeling well. And they were going to call a doctor. When they called the parents back, the doctor hadn't arrived, but they said that she had alcohol poisoning. So the friends at first contact of the parents tell the parents that, hey, your daughter's not doing well. She has alcohol poisoning, right? The Robinsons were told that Shanquella died from alcohol poisoning, but they were not convinced that this was actually true. After they said it was alcohol poisoning, we received the autopsy report on Thursday, and it said that her neck had been broke, and she had a back spasm, there was a crack, and her spinal cord was cracked, her parents said. That took it to a whole nother level because that meant somebody has attacked her. Because Shanquella died in Mexico, national agencies are investigating the incident, okay? And the U.S. Department of State issued the following statement: "We are aware of these reports. Protecting the welfare of the U.S. citizens overseas is among our top priorities. Out of respect for those involved, out of respect for the privacy of those involved, we have no further comment at this time." Shanquella's body arrived back in Charlotte on Thursday, and a funeral since has been scheduled for next Saturday. Okay, now, where things take a twist and a turn here, y'all, is her friends allegedly, I believe this, but her friends are allegedly 100% involved with Shanquella's death. And it's not just he said, she said. There is proof. There is video out there. Now, I'm not going to put the video here. It's hard to watch. I wouldn't want to see it if I was the family member of this young lady. It is on Twitter. It is on someone's Instagram. And in the video, you see okay, so first of all, I only watched one of the videos before I had to click off. Apparently there are multiple ones from what I've heard. But the one video I saw, they were in the hotel room. Shanquella is naked. And there's a woman pounding on her head, pounding on her back, pulling her around, just beating on her. Okay? You hear someone in the background saying, come on, Shanquella, fight back. Come on, come on now. Why you ain't fighting back? Why aren't you doing anything? So this is what's led people to believe that there's something more to this. Because A, why are the friends lying and saying food or alcohol poisoning? When the autopsy says that she's got a broken spinal cord, a cracked, let me look up here and see what they said. She had a back spasm, there was a cracked spinal cord, and her back, a broken bone in her back, or her neck, I'm sorry. Her neck had been broken, she had a back spasm, and there was a crack in her spinal cord. Now, if that's her cause of death, where does alcohol come into play with that? Whichever friend recorded this, because apparently there were 6 to 8 friends that were there that were involved with this incident. What is going on here? Now, see, here's the crazy part about it. The Mexico authorities are ruling it as alcohol poisoning. Okay? This was, I think, before the video was leaked. Their ruling is alcohol poisoning. But even now, I don't trust the Mexican authority to go back and do a thorough review and look at the video and say, no, this young lady died from this based off the autopsy. I don't trust Mexico to do that. Mexico is not known for doing the right things. I mean, we always aren't either, but there's a lot of shady shit that goes on in Mexico. I'm even scared to vacation there. What it was because of cartel gangs, things that go on in Mexico. People get kidnapped all the time. Americans get kidnapped and killed over there all the time. But hell, now you can't even go over there with your own friends. You got to be careful who you trust in your own fucking friend groups. This is ridiculous. This is sad. This was a preventable death. What happened? And the fact that she was beat on the way she was within those first 24 hours makes me think, was this planned? Did y'all have this plan from the get-go? That y'all were going to take this girl to Mexico, kill her, beat her to death, video it, post the video, and then say it was because of alcohol poisoning, and then think you're going to get away with it? You bitches must be smoking crack. You bitches are out of your fucking mind. And I'm so angry because this is a young lady who had so much life ahead of her, who was an entrepreneur, who was trying to, just figure it out like the rest of us. And she goes on a weekend getaway with people she thinks that she can trust to let her hair down and have a good time and just relax. Could you imagine? So when I look at this story, I think of it one of two ways. And there's no excuse for killing anybody. I mean, well, unless it's self-defense. But in this video, this woman clearly could not defend herself. She was in no position. It almost seemed like she was just out of it. It's almost like she had gotten drunk and then they took advantage of her being drunk. And then that's when they attacked her because they know she couldn't fight back being that drunk, right? So I look at this story and I'm like, okay, either A, these people are just vicious, nasty animals and killed this girl off of whatever merit they had, whether it be envy and jealousy and being a hater because she was well-known with hair, whether they had some kind of past beef. I don't know what the scenario was. And they got it and they just, they're just animals and wanted to kill her. That's either the case, or I'm thinking, did they go down there? Did Shanquella get into a fight, get into an argument? Were they drinking and they got into it with one another? And they attacked this girl. and they attacked her and beat her up so bad they killed her. Once they killed her, they freaked out and said, oh shit, we just killed this girl. Let's, and the first thing they think of is alcohol poisoning because they knew she was drunk. Is that what happened? Both are sad, both are awful, and both are fucked up. And either way, these friends need to be held accountable, especially the one that did it, that was in the video seen doing it, but also the person who recorded the video and who was in the back of the video saying over and over again, fight back, Shanquella, fight back. Whoever he was, he needs to go 6 feet under the jail as well. I could not imagine being on a trip and my friends start fighting and I see it getting so bad. Like, first of all, I don't care how bad, it doesn't have to get bad for me. If my friends get into it and I see them fist fighting, I'm going to try my hardest to break it up the best way I can. You don't want to see anybody get hurt like that. So what kind of friends were these? What kind of friends were these? Also, the picture of these friends are also posted on Instagram. The person's Instagram page is you not me _ YOUNOTTMEE__ That's, I have like 1,200 followers. That's who's posted this video. I'm going to go to this other source here. They had a villa and they stayed there all night, according to the mother, and they didn't go out at all. No one told the same story, so I never believed them anyway. This is according to Shanquella's mother. Now, the death certificate lists the cause of death as severe spinal cord injury and atlas luxation. And what pretty much what that is the instability in the uppermost vertebrae. So instability up here. Severe spinal cord injury and atlas luxation. The section where police could have noted any sign of intoxication, they put person found unconscious in her living room. Her mother said they didn't call us until the very last minute, and then on top of that, they said the maid found her. So which story is it? Did the maid find her? Did you guys find her? The group stayed at Villa Linda 32, a property listed on CaboVillas.com. A rep with the company says the group called the concierge for help Saturday afternoon. The concierge called a doctor who gave CPR. Robinson died at 3 p.m., an estimated 15 minutes after her injury. Now, Queen City News in Charlotte obtained a list of the 7 guests who signed into the villa and called the phone numbers that they left with the company. Now, some of those numbers weren't valid and others went to voicemail when Queen City News reached out. The death certificate has a section that reads, was it accidental or violent, ? And yes was typed into that section. So it's unclear which one that the authorities meant to select. There was a section that said, was it accidental or was it violent? Whoever did the police death certificate put yes. They didn't specify accidental or violent. The U.S. State Department previously told Queen City News that Mexican authorities say there's no clear evidence that Robinson was murdered. Then what the fuck happened to her then? If she wasn't murdered, where do you get the spinal cord injuries from and the upper vertebrae issues? Where does all that come from? Alcohol poisoning did that? No, it doesn't take a fucking idiot to tell you that. She was murdered by her friends. There is video out there. The friends' stories don't add up. And then last but not least, if my friend died in another country, I'm not leaving that country until their body is escorted back to the fucking United States of America. And that's not what these friends did. These friends, when this happened, decided to hop back on a fucking plane or whatever and go back to the U.S. and get out of Mexico as soon as possible because they know what they did, allegedly. Their guilty conscience was eating them alive. So you left your friend's body in Mexico to be done with God knows what. Justice for Shanquella Robinson, because this is just insane. This is sad all across the board. It almost brings tears to my eyes, because this could be your sister, your friend, your cousin, your classmate, your coworker. Her mother says she won't stop until someone's arrested, and I don't blame her. And I hope doing this video, somebody out there knows something. If you have any information on this, if you know any of the people, any of the friends who went there with her on Halloween weekend, if you have any more information, comment below. Reach out to the authorities, and let them know any info that you have. I really pray that they get the peace and the justice that they deserve when it comes to this case, because nobody deserves to be done this way. Thank you for watching. Make sure you subscribe below by clicking the subscribe button. Also, like this video so it gets shared out amongst the YouTube community and more people can find us. And last but not least, join the conversation by commenting below. Let me know what you think of this story. Do you think that Shanquella Robinson was murdered by her friends in Cabo? Do you? Or do you think this was just an accident and alcohol poisoning is what killed her? Leave your comments below. We'll see you next time on Damien After Dark. See ya.